Hello, so I'm back with some cheap, easy vegan living. So today we're going to be making a peanut butter stir fry. This is one of my favorites. I also like to call it my garbage stir fry because basically what I do, I take all the vegetables that would probably get thrown out or that I'm not really using and that I can find ways to reuse, throw them in a big pot, stir fry it, and make my favorite peanut sauce. And I'm going to offer a ton of modifications for this dish. It really can just be whatever you want it to be, so I'll just show you what I'm making, and you can kind of do whatever you want with it, add a ton of other veggies and other fun stuff. I'll give you some ideas. So super simple. First step is just raid your fridge, find what you don't need or what you were maybe going to throw out. So in here in this bowl, I've got some carrots. I just had I bought some carrots on Monday, but there's one that was super soft for some reason, so I just threw it in here. It's not going to get thrown out. I had some celery and broccoli stalks. Stalks are really amazing because I think they taste fine raw, but a lot of people don't like the taste. It's kind of too harsh. So you can use any kind of stalk of a vegetable and throw that into a stir fry, and with some good spices, it's delicious, nice and tender. I have some cabbage that I had left over from a dish I made with a friend, which is like a roasted cabbage. So maybe I'll share that recipe with you someday. It's a really great potluck dish. And then I've got some onion that I had left over. I just had like a quarter of an onion left and a clove of garlic. And that's it. So you can add sweet potatoes. You can add, if you want a fruity twist, mango or pineapple is delicious in this. If you want a more protein kick, we do get protein from the peanut butter sauce, but you could add tofu, tempeh, maybe a handful of chickpeas, totally up to you. So all we have to do to start is we're just going to turn our big pan. You can do it in a smaller pan, but this way it's nice and spread out so it'll cook faster, a little more efficient. So I'm going to turn this pan on. Let's do medium-high heat. So I'll say maybe on 7. I don't mind. I kind of like my things to get like crispy, like nice and like well cooked. But if you want like a nice slow cook and just have it like tender and like not kind of crunchy at all, you might want to put it on a lower heat and then let it cook for a bit longer. I kind of like it to have that crunchy texture. So then you can use water for this, but I think it tastes a lot better with coconut oil. You could also use any other oil if you want. I'm just going to take a little coconut oil, like maybe a teaspoon or so. Start with that. I might add more, but usually coconut oil goes a long way. So I'm just going to throw that on there. And then I'm going to take my vegetables. I know the coconut oil is going to heat up soon, so I'll just maybe spread it around a little bit. Get it going. And I'll dump my veggies in there. Beautiful. So now we don't really have to worry about that for a while. I'm just going to stir it every once in a while and make sure it's doing okay, but you just kind of let it sit, and now is when we make the peanut sauce. So this is super simple, and you can kind of make with whatever ingredients you have, so don't worry if you don't have what I'm showing you. So I'm just going to grab a bowl. A microwave-safe bowl. You can use glass, you can use whatever. And so I'm going to take a little bit more coconut oil. This coconut oil is great, so I'm not using the brand that I have in here. There's a co-op at my school at Concordia, and it cost me like $1.50 to fill this jar halfway up. It's not the best quality coconut oil, but it definitely does the trick, and when it's super cheap, you can't say no. So I'm going to take about maybe, not even a whole teaspoon, that's like half a teaspoon maybe, and just put it in this little bowl. And I'm going to pop that in the microwave for about 20 seconds. So the microwave is right underneath where I'm filming, so you won't see me doing it, but maybe you can hear the microwave noises. Great. And then I already hear the sizzling, so I'm going to grab a spatula or a spoon and just give it a quick stir. I'm also going to add a few spices. So you can add whatever spices you like. I'm going to make the peanut butter sauce a little spicy, so I'm saving the cayenne for a little bit later. I will take a little bit of ginger. I think ginger in a stir fry is really amazing. A little bit of garam masala, just because I like a little bit of that spice. It tastes good in everything. Some red hot crushed peppers, also good any kind of stir fry, just gives you a little kick. And some Chinese 5-spice, which has cassia, cinnamon, star anise, seed, ginger, and cloves. I used this in the lentil loaf that I showed you last time. Sprinkle a little bit of that on. little stir, let it sit. It's going to sizzle a lot if you have it on higher heat. Don't worry. Just make sure you don't forget about it. Don't forget to stir it up. Our coconut oil is here. It's nice and melted. And then now I'm just going to grab some peanut butter. Here you go, peanut butter. I get this brand from that cheap grocery store I was talking about, Segal's. $2.50 for this jar of all natural peanut butter. It's really good. You can also, if you want cheap peanut butter, if you don't mind eating, like if you are not looking for natural peanut butter, you can get the Dollarama sells, like I think Dollarama's everywhere, sell usually like a $1 or $1.50 peanut butter jar. And Metro Store also has a $3 natural one, which is not bad. So peanut butter can be hard to find cheap, but it is possible. So I'm just going to take a few spoonfuls of this, maybe probably amounts to about 1 tablespoon. That in there, that's good. And I'm just going to pop that in the microwave as well. Another 15 seconds maybe. Give us a stir while I'm at it. My stir fry is looking good and smelling good already. That was faster than I thought. That's always a good thing. So my peanut butter is out. Now I'm just going to grab a little bit of tamari. I like tamari over soy sauce. I'm not really sure. I know health-wise most people choose it because it's gluten-free. I think it's... I'm not sure. But I just use it because I like the flavor better. It doesn't hurt if it is healthier, but who knows. So this is just got like kind of a nutty flavor to it. And it's got that soy flavor as well. So pour a little bit of that in. Probably about a teaspoon. If you like more of a soy sauce flavor, I would do a tablespoon. Mix it up real good. Sometimes the peanut butter clumps, so you might need a fork to whisk it or just be patient. So it should have a nice kind of like rich golden-y color to it. And then depending on how you like your peanut butter sauce, I'm going to add a little bit of water to this because see it's starting to get pretty thick. So sometimes it's nice to have that thick peanut butter sauce, but sometimes you want to be able to drizzle a little bit more. You could also add some unsweetened almond milk instead. There's lots of options. And I will warn you that sometimes the peanut butter does clump a little bit. So it doesn't look pretty, but it tastes amazing. Here we are. Looking nice. I'm going to now add, first I'll stir my stir fry. Nice. And now I've got my cayenne pepper. Sprinkle a little bit, maybe like a quarter teaspoon into your peanut butter sauce. Mix it up. Taste it, make sure it's good. Perfect. And one more last thing. Totally optional because this is not most attainable, but I do have, it's hard to see, I have like a dribble of maple syrup left. You can use maple syrup. You could use a different sweetener. If you eat honey, you could eat honey, agave. But you also don't need it to be sweet. So it's really up to you. I think it balances out the spices really nicely. Also, if you're a salty kind of person, a dash of salt would be really nice in this. Garlic powder could be great too. Perfect. And then mix this up. Got some cayenne in my throat. This is super fast. By the time I've done my peanut butter sauce, sauce, this is pretty much ready. Especially if you have the veggies pre-chopped, you can come home, throw it in the oven. It takes 50 minutes. Dinner is ready. Super versatile, super simple and fast. Sorry about that. I warned you in the last video, our fire alarm goes off all the time. But it just means something good is cooking. So I've got this. Heat is off. Get a little bowl. I love eating out of mugs. I have some leftovers for tomorrow now. I have my dinner for today. Look at that, nice and steamy. Take my peanut butter sauce. If you want to make sure the peanut butter sauce is evenly distributed, you can kind of pour it on as you're putting the vegetables in. But it may not look great, but it's going to taste delicious. Look at that peanut butter sauce. And then if you have toppings, you can put shredded coconut is amazing on this. Also, if you have like chopped peanuts, that's really great. Really, any crunchy topping makes it good, but it's also delicious as is. So I hope you find some inspiration. I hope you use up those veggies in your fridge. Don't let them go to waste. Don't even compost them if you can. You can always find something to do with them to make them edible. And I think you'll really enjoy this because you get to personalize it however you want. So let me know in the comments if you tried this recipe and if you liked it. And I'll see you again soon. Have a good night.